To the PHNX Suns pregame show presented by BetMGM Sportsbook. Don't forget to use that code PHNX because it'll get you a lot of dough over at the BetMGM Sportsbook app. You can check out the show notes for full details. I'm Lindsay. That's Saul. That's Espo. And tonight, our Phoenix Suns are taking on the Chicago Bulls. That's right, CHGO. You better watch your back because PHNX is coming for you. And we've got exciting news, you guys.
You have to watch their back.
I know. I just wanted
to... You don't say that to people in Chicago.
It's very
Come on,
rare that we talk
front.
shit to our friends over at CHGO because we love them dearly.
Oh, I do.
I love Peck.
I
love Big Dave.
On the Bulls side?
I love Will Gottlieb.
No, I'm off the Bulls train.
No.
1,000,000% off the Bulls train.
How?
You know why? Because they are honorary Nuggets now. They have supported the Nuggies through thick and thin, despite the fact that they are their own entity, and I can't sign off on that.
That's just because they had to be nice to the big brother.
They wouldn't fly out here to Phoenix.
Look, no. There's a reason, because they don't know what good basketball is anymore, so they'll watch anything that they can that is good basketball.
Big Dave, Peck, dead to me. Will, you're still cool.
Nah.
I love
Big
all
Dave
of you.
gives the best hugs in the entire world, and I'm not a hug person either.
I don't want a hug from Big Dave anymore. I'm hurt.
Saying. Yes, you would. If you saw him, you would go in for a big hug immediately. Don't
Can we get
lie.
to the news here? We're burying the lead.
Sorry, we are burying the lead. You guys, it's happening.
What?
Bradley Beal is going to play basketball tonight.
Breaking news.
Yes. All right, we can end the show.
All right, goodbye.
That's
Have
everything.
fun.
Bye.
No, but our injury report is getting a little bit lighter, you guys. Fantastic news. Bradley Beal is available. Of course, on the other side of things, Devin Booker remains out with that right calf strain. And then Damian Lee, of course, is out. From the Bulls side of things, Alex Caruso was probable coming into this one. Patrick Williams also probable. And Lonzo Ball is out. Lonzo and Damian Lee. Tough stretches for those two, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
Lonzo may never be back.
I know. It's a bummer.
Sad. Get your takeover tickets, by the way.
Bradley Beal's back, you guys.
Yep.
Are you excited?
I'm
You guys seem a little low, or you do.
I'm
You
relieved.
seem a little low.
I'm relieved.
Are you?
I am so over talking about injuries. And so I'm glad Bradley Beal's back, because he was getting the brunt of it from Suns fans that were absolutely delusional about injuries. And they were like, oh, we should have never traded for him. Well, I wish we could get CP3 back and blah, blah, blah. I promise you don't want Landry Shamet back. Bradley Beal's about to prove you all wrong. All of you doubters and Bradley Beal will be having a moment with him tonight, because he's going to show you why he's worth the wait.
My daughter has this word from a book that we read, nerve-sighted. And that's exactly where
that's a good one.
I'm excited to see him on the court. I'm nervous to see what happens. I just need to see a full game where they're like, everything's fine, and I'll feel a lot better. I am very nerve-sighted for Bradley Beal.
What are you nervous about on the court?
Well, because it's a sore back, you never know. That thing can lock up the first time he goes down the court to play defense. I just want to see him go out there, play the full game, play, and not have any issue or any, did you see his jump shot? If you watch that 35th frame in that shot in super slow-mo, he's got a hitch in that one thing. Like, I don't want any of this crap anymore. I want everybody to say, Bradley Beal's playing basketball, and he looked pretty damn good.
Priscilla, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about those casuals out there that wanted to shit all over Bradley Beal. I'm not talking about you. Priscilla, you know that.
It's also like inevitable that Bradley Beal is going to be a little bit rusty.
Yes.
Right? So I get why you're nervous from that perspective. We don't need to be concerned necessarily in his first game back if things aren't as perfect as they should be. We also have to give him some time to build up chemistry with his teammates as well.
Bradley Beal don't need no time.
I mean, I'd like to say that for sure, but if he doesn't come out of the gates, like
I don't know why they got
Bradley Beal's fucking ready.
Bradley Beal
fucking
don't
go.
need
because he wrinkled
knows.
his nose. That's why. And
go.
you could see it.
I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
I'm just saying, like, there are some nerves around what his debut in the regular season is going to look like. And then also on top of that, it's going to probably be a little bit more limited too. Frank Vogel is talking about how there is going to be sort of, he pulled the same thing with Book, right? A range as far as a minutes restriction goes.
Yeah, anywhere from 1 to 48. That's your range.
But I could see them being a little more cautious with Beal than they were with Book because of what happened with Book. I could see them being a little more, let's ease him back into it. Let's be a little bit more firm when it comes to a minutes restriction, even if we don't say it out loud.
I hope y'all ready for a 120-point night between 3 players.
Who's the third?
Oh, Grayson Allen, baby. Grayson going back to Chicago. Let's go. They hate him out there, and we hate them too. So let's go, Grayson.
Grayson Allen is still going to be in the starting lineup tonight. So it's going to be Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, Keita Bates-Diop, Kevin Durant, and Yusuf Nurkic.
That's more like it.
Which means Eric Gordon will be coming off of the bench, which is really good for us. Not because Eric Gordon didn't do well enough in that starting unit when he had to step in, but because we know he thrives in that 6-man role and he can start doing the things that the Suns wanted him to do initially. He can kind of lean in and ease back into that role that he's so good at.
Yeah, give me a solid 25 minutes off the bench. That's what I want from EG on the regular. I don't need to see 32 minutes and him having to play the primary ball handler, him coming in with a second unit that'll likely have KD or Beal still out there with him. I think this is going to be exactly what we were hoping to see from Eric Gordon with him at 6-man. And I like Grayson more in that starting lineup with the guys out there.
I also think that it's going to be positive for the Suns as well. So with Eric Gordon coming off the bench, you could potentially reduce a little bit of Kevin Durant's minutes tonight now that you have one additional of your big 3. I know, I don't like this. Go back to the 3
I love
shot.
it. I love
I
it.
single on Lindsay. Like, no, I'm not. No. Can we not, please?
You can just give the 2-shot of Solid the rest of the time. It's fine.
Eric?
It's absolutely fine.
You're literally
It's absolutely fine,
new.
Eric. It was beautiful. It was
Eric,
fantastic.
go back to that shot.
Don't you
please.
dare.
I've been told not to upset Lindsay.
So I'm gonna we're do the rest of the show like this, you brats.
Chelsea is
It'll
not
be
ready.
like
I'm
Wilson.
going to change it. Look, you're going to see. I'm going to change it for you.
You're
okay?
such a liar. Anyway, can I get back to my
Yes,
point?
please do.
Eric Gordon coming off the bench could be a benefit to KD as well because you could potentially reduce the amount of minutes that KD is going to have to play. And that's something we have been talking about with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker being out is KD has been carrying the load. Now that we've got one of those big 3 back in action with KD, maybe we can reduce a little bit of his playing time because in yesterday's show and over at PHNX.com, Gerald wrote a great article about some stats in the first handful of games for the Suns, and KD's usage rate was very high. And if it sticks, it would be a career high for him, which I don't see it sticking, but also better safe than sorry when you can reduce that load.
I'm not so worried about KD like everybody else is. Like he gets injured because of like it's not really like fluky stuff on his own. Like somebody rolls into his knee and he sprains his MCL. Like that's a legitimate thing. That's not something that could have been prevented with rest. KD's a hooper. Like he could play 48 minutes all game, and he's going to be fine. Yeah, he struggled against the Lakers because they were throwing fucking triple teams at him and nobody else was helping him out. It was also the second game of the season. Like, he's got to get into a rhythm. I feel like he's in that rhythm now. He's proving it night in and night out. Like, I'm ready. I think he's fine.
I think where it helps him is when he plays those minutes with the second unit. He doesn't wind up being the guy that has to pound the air of the ball and try to make something happen for himself. Eric Gordon can try to set him up too. So I think that's where you get a little bit less of the mileage on Kevin Durant in that way, is he doesn't have to be that guy with the second unit where he had to a lot in those minutes that he was playing. Yeah.
Okay, we have a super chat from Submerged Suns fan. Said, thank you, by the way, appreciate you. Said, do y'all think the Suns are holding back to showcase the 3-headed monster until the play-in games start? than just run through the league because no one will know what to do.
Unfortunately, no.
I know. I wish we could say that because then that means on Friday we would get them back because that would be the first game as far as like that counts towards that tournament. What I actually think is happening is that the Suns are holding them until our very first takeover of the season happening on November 15th.
I mean, sources say.
Like low-key
It
though, you
costs a lot.
guys. This really could be a great game to go to if you wanted to get your first look at the Suns' Big Three in action.
I'm just saying, like, the rumor out there is that they're going to be extra cautious with Devin this time around, and that could hold him out until said game. So you should come out and watch not only the Suns. The Suns are awesome, especially when the Big Three are playing, but Anthony Edwards is on a fucking heater right now. Like, he's quite possibly the second best player in basketball right now behind Jokic. Like, he's balling his ass off. He beat Jokic already this year. Like, that kid is, man, he went up a whole nother level after the World Cup. So yeah, come hang out with us, drink beer and pizza and have a good time.
Yeah,
you can drink
it's
pizza.
Gonna be a blast.
It is
You
a
can
fact.
definitely drink.
Put it in a blender and
There you go.
Gross. That
Just
sounds
sauce it up.
disgusting.
Let's go.
Get sauce.
Go phnx.com if you want to
Thank you,
get your
Submerged
tickets.
Suns fan.
Yeah,
for that
thank you.
alley-oop.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we really do. Okay, so we have a couple people in the chat who are late and also a little bit confused. Devin is out tonight, you guys. Bradley Beal is in. And as far as Devin goes, it went from a toe to an ankle and now on the left side. And now on the right side, it's a right calf strain. And that was, yes, because he came back too early in that Thursday game against the Spurs, kind of aggravated that right lower extremity. It's a lot with Devin. And so now they're being a little more cautious with him and when he returns to make sure he's actually in tip-top shape as to not re-injure something else or start a whole new issue that we have to deal
You
with.
wouldn't have fumbled through that if you had the one shot.
Yeah, I probably would have, to be completely honest.
It's a lot of pressure to have a one shot.
It really is. I don't like it.
Eric, can I
It's
get a
weird.
one shot? No, I'm just kidding.
So how are you guys feeling about the Chicago Bulls tonight?
I think, listen, they play hard and they're
Mhm.
competitive. They're not a slouch of a team. You have to play well to beat the Bulls. They're just not the greatest team or even, I mean, they're borderline a good team, right? It all depends on if, you know, their main players are going to step up and play at a high level. And so far this season, that's kind of been hit or miss. You know, you're getting some stuff from Zach LaVine, and then that kind of fades away. Then DeMar DeRozan is kind of in and out. It's just inconsistent. That's what the Bulls are right now. They're an older, inconsistent team and not really going anywhere. So that's that.
Yeah, they're one of those groups that they have a lot of good individual pieces, but when you bring them together as a unit, as a team, it's not as impressive as you'd hope. I mean, we've all seen teams like this, and you know, DeMar is on the back half of his productivity, still a great mid-range shooter. Zach LaVine is a guy that people used to compare him and Book, but he didn't take that step like Book did. He's one of those guys that is really good, but hasn't moved into that great category. And I'm not sure he will. Vucevic is the same guy we've always seen, just older now. Caruso's a nice piece that looks like Elmer Fudd, but he's not great. So this is just, it's an
Where's
okay
the
basketball team that has
rabbit?
chemistry issues. I mean,
Is the wabbit.
Say it louder. Do
Yeah, I'm
it. Do
kidding.
it. Tashi brings up a good point. Prepared for Tori and Javon to try to play well. I'm so excited to see future Phoenix Suns Tori Craig play tonight.
no.
Well, he's going to get traded at halftime.
He's going to ball out, and James Jones is going to be like, I need that guy.
I need him
He looks
back
like he'd
on
be
my
perfect.
squad.
If only Alfred Payton was on the roster.
Bless Tori Craig, though. Like, God, that's a lot. That's
he,
a lot.
he was already blessed in the offseason with that video. Just saying.
But no, I do agree. I feel like it happens quite often. I'm pretty sure across the league, but when you play your old team, it's just got a little extra something for it.
Yeah.
Torrey Craig and Javon Carter, of course. They always bring it every night, so you can expect what to expect from those two.
Did I say Adam Levine, by the way?
Did you?
Frank said Adam Levine. I meant Zach Levine if I said Adam Levine. Zach's not sliding into your DMs the way Adam does. So.
Speaking of DMs, we got a super chat from Jammin that feels more like a DM than a super chat. Thank you, though. We appreciate it. Saul, will you show your feet? I don't know. That's what I would. What do you think it is?
Hameen?
Oh, actually, that makes a lot more sense, too. Hameen? Let us know which one it is. But they want to know, Saul, will you show your feet if Beal drops 30 plus tonight?
Oh.
Beal is his guy.
Hey, not only will we have the sexy sacks.
I would prefer not to.
Well, not only will we have the sexy sacks, but we will have the sexy feet as well.
Let me say this.
I'm going to be sick tonight. You guys already know it.
No,
I got a free view earlier
today. A little something in my throat right now.
I got a free view earlier today. This man FaceTimes me while he's cooking gumbo, and then I saw some feet. And you're not wrong.
I'm telling you.
I don't like feet, so.
I got beautiful feet, man. It's a fact of life. Whether you want to deal with it or not is up to you, but it is it is a fact.
What is this show?
So we got Jamin then, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Jamin. Okay, Jamin.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
With no sexy socks. No, I got you, man. I'll give you the whole only feet experience.
He said sexy sacks, not sexy socks.
Can we just can we take this online, but in your DMs instead?
No, that's weird.
This needs to be a diehard
I would
thing.
like to opt out.
Yeah, you
How
subscribe.
do I unsubscribe?
Come on to the Discord and you'll get Saul's feet.
We have the
no
Suns
extra
Discord.
cost.
We have the Saul's Feet Discord.
Tasha gets it. Tasha said, I need Beal to score 29 points tonight.
Oh, come on, Tashi.
Thank you, Tashi.
You know you want to see these feet,
Thank you,
Tashi.
Tashi. Lord have mercy. Espo, what are the guys wearing tonight in addition to socks and shoes?
Yeah. Hopefully extra socks. The Suns have their white uniforms, which are nice, and Chicago's going their city edition, which is that red on black, which isn't horrible looking. I actually like these. They're pretty sharp.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this. Black and white against each other, I'm not mad at all.
Very monochrome of them. So.
Yes, absolutely. Who you guys got tonight, and by how much?
I finally got off the fence today and didn't do a shrug emoji. Give me the Suns by 15.
Okay.
Which means the Bulls will win by 6.
Okay. Aggressive.
Again, it's a funky game on the road with Bradley Beal coming back, trying to fit him in. I think he's going to get his, but I think there's going to be some chemistry issues a little bit. And so I got the Suns winning the game, but by 1.
I have the Suns by 5. Gerald has the Suns by 7. I do think we're going to see pretty limited Bradley Beal tonight. But I do think that this is a game that the Suns, they're going to feel really good coming into this game, knowing that they're starting to get some of their core guys back in action. They're probably going to want to play even better because of that, to not get Bradley Beal and take an L on his first game in a Phoenix Suns jersey in the regular season. So I'm feeling pretty good about tonight's game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think it'll be a solid game where we might get some Bol and Metu and Saban Lee minutes to close it out. That's what I would like to see.
This team kind of reminds me of the Suns team in Monty's first year. The Bulls do, where they have some veterans now. They got a mixture of players that play hard. They'll win 30, 35 games, but nothing more, nothing less. And that's, you got to come ready to play, or you could get upset. Mm-hmm. But I think the Suns will handle it.
Ruben says Suns by 10. Charles says Suns by 7. Tashi's with you, Espo. Suns by 20.
Dude, they had a team.
I love it.
They had a team meeting after game number 1. A players only meeting after game number 1.
Yeah, coach, not get out. We're doing this ourselves.
Well, I know what that's like, though. Didn't the Suns have a players only meeting 3 games after or 2 games after the season that Earl got let go?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that was rough. We get it, 100%. What do our friends over at BetMGM think about tonight's game?
This has been weird. It's sat at plus 1.5 for the Suns all day, despite the Bradley Beal news. So if you can get him while the getting's good, because that's free money for you.
I also thought this was kind of weird. Earlier today, I could understand it, but once we got the Bradley Beal news, I thought it would shift a little bit. So I don't know if Bees and BetMGM are up to something, because Bees in the chat said upset alert. I don't know, you guys. I don't know.
Technically, if the Suns win, according to BetMGM, it's an upset. So take
neither here nor there. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
Get in there, deposit your $10, use the code PHNX, and freaking get your free money right now because plus 1.5 is free money.
Freaking
surprising. But what are you guys betting on tonight?
Oh, I'm going. This is my welcome to the Suns pick. Bradley Beal first bucket plus 525. Book it. I'll be getting much closer to profitability in our little.
I mean, low key, I could see them trying to get Beal the first shot of the game, get him started early. I'm not mad at that. What you got?
I could see that. I have Kevin Durant, 35. Oh wait, I can't see.
It's plus 35 points.
35 player points, and then I have 3-pointers. Kevin Durant hitting at least one. Because it's 0.5. And then player rebounds, I got Nikola Vucevic with over 8.5 rebounds.
Okay. And that's a plus 300?
It's a fairly modest bet, yeah.
Yeah, not mad at that.
I'm just trying to decrease my losings.
I get that. Let's see what Flex has. Flex is not on the show tonight, but he did send in a bet for us. It's a 5-leg parlay. It's got the Suns spread, minus 1.5. Player points, KD, 25 or more. Player rebounds, Nurk, 8 or more. Player rebounds, KD, 2 or more. And player assists, KD, 2 or more at a plus 230. So quite a few legs there for an okay amount of the odds aren't bad on that one. I was looking for just maybe like a pretty easy W tonight. At least I hope it's going to be an easy W tonight just to get a win because it's been rough in these parts for a while. So I have the Suns winning and then also KD to just make 1-3 tonight at plus 105. Like I just needed to get back in the win column, reset things, and then we'll move on to some fun, more shenanigan type bets a little bit later. But like Espo said, get in on the action. Code PHNX on the BetMGM Sportsbook app.
You just did not want to see that go to -10, did you?
I didn't. I really didn't. I'm hanging on by a thread, you guys.
She was like, I need to go back to my safe ways.
All my money. So let me just take a real safe bet.
I think I'm starting Brad's Bucks. He's going to be my new Jake
Brad's
Crowder.
Bucks. Okay.
Let's make this happen.
I am mad at that. Also, make sure you guys check out our friends over at Shady Rays. They make the best polarized sunglasses you can get your hands on. And exclusively for all of you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. This is perfect for Christmas, by the way. You go to shadyrays.com, you use code PHNX, you get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. So you can try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people, and you can gift one to somebody else as well.
Ball IQ says, expect a very lopsided free throw night in Chicago. That's not the one you just scrolled up. Yeah, okay. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Never mind.
Here, I got it.
Chicago.
I've got it right here. It says, expect a very lopsided free throw night in favor of Chicago. Last season, Suns shot 2 free throws in a full game against Chicago.
Yeah, but they didn't have Bradley Beal. KD was there, but they didn't have Bradley Beal. Both of those guys will be attacking the rim and getting fouled. I promise you that.
I also feel like the Suns have done a good job of getting to the line a lot more this year. Already, we've seen them get to the charity stripe more than it feels like we saw them all last year alone. So I think there's been kind of a shift for those guys as well. But I do understand what you're saying, but that has been seemingly a point of emphasis. That's for sure. All right, guys, how else are you feeling about tonight's game? Any final thoughts?
I'm just ready to sit on my seat so I can watch the game.
Look, just come out, protect the basketball, and you'll be able to get a victory. If you hit that 17, 18, 19 turnover mark that you've been in a lot of these games, you're going to have troubles because you're giving up more possessions to a team that can hit jumpers, and that's going to be problematic.
Yes.
It was KD's second game back, Ball IQ. They played Charlotte, then they went to Chicago. He played in that game.
Also, if you're leaving the game up for the refs to be the decider of, you're in trouble in and of itself. Regardless if we feel like the refs are biased or not,
we won't be afraid.
You just can't. You can't leave it up to the refs to be the ones who make that decision for you. But fingers crossed we get a W tonight and we get to meet back here after the game wraps up for the post-game show, listening to some sexy sax music. So don't forget to join us for the post-game show once the game wraps up. And while you're watching tonight's game, you can hang out with us on Twitter at PHNX_Suns. And of course, you can watch tonight's game on Arizona's Family Sports. tips off here in just a few minutes. All season long, you can watch Suns games on Arizona Family Sports. And wherever you live in Arizona, you can visit azfamily.com and click Suns Games for listing information for your area. AZ Family is a great resource to help you find where and how you can watch your Phoenix Suns on Arizona Family Sports. Okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.